classmates, welcome to International Microeconomics. Today we will begin to study Section 3, the Balance of Payments 1. In this section, we discuss international transactions in assets. These transactions are of great importance because they tell us how the current account is financed and hence whether a country is becoming more or less indebted to the rest of the world. We will focus on the following issues. First, accounting for asset transactions, the financial account. Second, accounting for asset transactions, the capital account. Third, accounting for home and foreign assets. Last, how the balance of payments accounts work, a macroeconomical view. We will discuss these issues one by one. First, accounting for asset transactions, the financial account. The financial account FA records transactions between residents and non-residents that involve financial assets. The total value of the financial assets that are received by the rest of the world from the home country is the home country's export of assets, denoted EXA. Here A stands for asset. The total value of financial assets that are received by the home country from the rest of the world in all transactions is the home country's import of assets, denoted IMA. The financial account measures or movement of financial assets across the international border. By this, we mean a movement from home to foreign ownership or vice versa, even if the assets do not physically move. This definition also covers all types of assets, real assets such as land or structures, and financial assets such as debt, bonds, loans, or equity. The financial account also includes assets issued by any entity, such as firms, governments, households, in any country, home or overseas. Finally, the financial account includes market transactions as well as transfers or gifts of assets. Subtracting asset imports from asset exports yields the home country's net overall balance on asset transactions, which is known as the financial account, where FA equal EXA minus IMA. A negative FA means the country has imported more assets than it has exported. A positive FA means the country has exported more assets than it has imported. The financial account therefore measures how the country can increase or decrease its holdings of assets through international transactions. Second, accounting for asset transactions, the capital account. The capital account, KA, covers some remaining minor activities in the balance of payments account. One is the acquisition and the disposal of non-financial, non-produced assets. For example, patents, copyrights, trademarks, franchises, and so on. These assets have to be included here because such non-financial assets do not appear in the financial account, although, like financial assets, they can be bought and sold with resulting payments flows. The other important item in the capital account is capital transfers, that is, gifts of assets, an example of which is the forgiveness of debts. As with unilateral income transfers, capital transfers must be accounted for properly. For example, the giver of an asset must deduct the value of the gift in the capital account to offset the export of the asset, which is recorded in the financial account, because in the case of a gift, the export generates no associated payment. Similarly, recipients of capital transfers need to record them to offset the import of the asset recorded in the financial account. Using similar notation to the employed with the unilateral transfers of income, we denote capital transfers received by the home country as KA in and the capital transfers given by the home country as KA out. The capital account KA equal KA in minus KA out denotes net capital transfers received. A negative KA indicates the more capital transfers were given by the home country than is received. A positive KA indicates that the home country received more capital transfers than it made. The capital account is a minor and technical accounting item for most developed countries, usually close to zero. In some of developing countries, however, the capital account can at times play an important role because in some years, non-market debt forgiveness can be large, whereas market-based international financial transactions can be small. Third, accounting for home and foreign assets. Assets traced in the financial account can be broken down into two types: assets used by home entities, home assets, and assets issued by foreign entities, foreign assets. This is of economical interest and sometimes of political interest, because the breakdown makes clear the distinction between the location of the asset issue and the location of the asset owner, that is, who owes what to whom. From the home perspective, a foreign asset is a claim on a foreign country. When a home entity holds such an asset, it's called an external asset of the home country, because it represents an obligation owed to the home country by the rest of the world. Conversely, from the home country's perspective, a home asset is a claim on the home country. When a foreign entity holds such an asset, it's called an external liability of the home country, because it represents an obligation owed by the home country to the rest of the world. For example, when U.S. firm invests overseas and acquires a computer factory located in Ireland, the acquisition is an external asset for the United States and an external liability for Ireland. If we use superscripts H and F to denote home and foreign assets, we can break down the financial account as the sum of net exports of each type of asset. FA equal EXAH minus IMAH plus EXAF minus IMAF equals EXAH minus IMAH minus IMAF minus EXAF. In the last part of this formula, we use the fact that net imports of foreign assets are just the minus net exports of foreign assets, allowing us to change the sign. This reveals to us that FA equals the additions to external liabilities, that home-owned assets moving into foreign ownership, net minus the additions to external assets, the foreign-owned assets moving into home ownership net. Fourth, how the balance of payments accounts work. A microeconomic view. To further understand the links between flows of goods, services, income, and assets, we have to understand how the current account, capital account, and the financial account are related, and why in the end the balance of payments account must be balanced. Recall that gross national disposable income is Y equals GNDI equals GNE plus TB plus NFIA plus NUT equals GNE plus CA. Does this expression represent all of the resources that are available to the home country to finance expenditure? No, it represents only the income resources, that is, the resources obtained from the market sale and the purchase of goods, services, and factor services, and from non-market transfers. In addition, the home economy can free up or use up resources in another way by engaging in net sales or purchase of assets. We can calculate these extra resources using our previous definition. EXA minus KA out minus IMA minus KA in equal EXA minus IMA plus KA in minus KA out equal FA plus KA. Adding the last two expressions, we arrive at the value of the total resources available to the home country for expenditure purpose. This total value must equal the total value of home expenditure of final goods and services, that is gross national expenditure GNE. GNE plus CA plus KA plus FA equal GNE. We can cancel GNE from both sides of this expression to obtain the important result known as the balance of payments identity or BOP identity, CA plus KA plus FA equals 0. The balance of payments sums to 0. It does balance. That's all for today. See you next time.